5 things you learned watching Chelsea.
Um, yeah, so 2-2 against Brentford. First thing I learned was that squad's going to need to be ready when it's called upon. Kind of thought we'd have a few rotations, but I think the starting lineup was pretty heavily rotated. Likes of Hato getting his full debut on a start. Let me just look at who else was in there. Ooh, that's my predicted lineup. So that was also
The new
way off.
Loney.
Buonanotte. Yeah.
Yeah.
Buonanotte was not too much said about him, but at the same time, just very interesting situation. So we saw his debut. Fano came back, and we had 3 subs at halftime. So I think that says a lot about how he felt about the performance in the first half. But I still think there were some positive taken. Essentially, we're going to need everyone to be ready to go. I think kind of how complimentary we were about Arsenal signings to where they can call upon all of them and not worry about a drop off. That's the goal here, but I still think we're not there yet. So we're going to need these guys to be ready, and I don't anticipate us staying any healthier. So I think we're going to see increased minutes from guys that we aren't too sure about. We're going to need those guys to be ready. Second thing I learned is that Robert Sanchez deserves his flowers. I think he's been fantastic for the better part of since March,
Yeah.
April, maybe. Like he's been on it. There's errors with every goalkeeper, but I think we probably lose all 3 points if it weren't for him. He made some huge saves in that game, and like I said, it's been more than just this past weekend. He's been really good. Hopefully, I didn't jinx him, but for as loud as the disrespect was, the apology has to be just as loud. So he's been fantastic. Fair play to him. Number 3, Enzo Fernandez. This is your level. I think he was really good in this game. I don't know if either of you guys were able to catch the whole game, but he was a lot more involved in build-up, had a little bit more freedom. And I think the box crashing is great. We get important goals, assists that we desperately needed last year. We needed every point to qualify for Champions League, get in the top 4. But I think all around that performance on Saturday was fantastic from him for a full 90 minutes. Having his impact on the game be more than just a tap in here, a tap in there. We get these weird narratives with him because he's pretty much played every role in a midfield. If he's getting the goals, we're complaining about his play. If he's not getting the goals and he looks like this, we're complaining about, oh, where's the goal? So I think we need to understand expectations. This is a top level player, really high technical floor. I think he showed his intelligence in this game and his ability to impact the game in all phases. So long may that continue. I hope he's able to continue to get involved in that build-up phase instead of just bombing forward. Hopefully find that balance. Fourth thing I learned, not that I learned, maybe relearned, Cole Palmer's very good. As soon as he came on, it was immediate. He's been carrying a groin injury. I guess we're taking it very safe with him. No international duty. And he looked on it the minute he came on. Obviously, he got his goal. Probably should have had 2. But he just looked on it all over the pitch, drifting wherever the space was and making something happen. His touch looks sharp, dribbling guys. So we're going to need that, especially with João Pedro, who didn't look 100% in terms of his fitness. We're going to need Palmer to be Palmer. And then the fifth thing I learned, it was a bit too positive here, but there's questions in the back line. Who would have thought? I've sung Tosin's praises. Chalobah maybe not as loud, but I really do appreciate him for what he is. A really reliable, versatile squad player. Both of them are not your starting center backs for a full Champions League campaign and Premier League campaign. I think that's starting to get a little obvious. Fofana's not fit yet. I thought Achimpong showed a lot in the one game he played. I'd hope for him to get another chance soon. But this is going to continue to be looked at because our midfield, more than capable. Attack, tons of money has been spent there. You would think that's not an issue, especially with the talent there. Robert's been on it. So I think it comes down to these guys in the defense. I think Chalobah's been really good this year, but I think just with his skill set, he's limited on that left-hand side of the back 3. Yeah, you need a guy like Colwill in there. I think he's a huge miss. I think, unfortunately, it took the injury to see how much we really missed him. I think Tosin's been fantastic, but one thing he's not great at is defending, running back to his own goal 1v1. That's not his game. And because of our structure, because of whatever reasons you want, he's been in that situation 2 games in a row now. This time it punished us. So those are the 5 things we in that game, but I'm I'm not too much of a doomer when it comes to what I thought of the performance. I think I'm not terrified of Bayern Munich and what's going to happen, but still disappointing to not get the 3 points, obviously.